Mala. Oh. Let me get it open. Should I sit down? Get in here. It's here, there's space here. Come along. Some room there. We all are expecting something great to happen. And the happening that has to take place has been already described in all the scriptures. But somehow we are misled by other people who have a better way of manifesting their own style. And we get so confused because this is the time of great confusion. Without the confusion, evolution cannot take place. Unless and until people are confused, they will never try to aspire for something higher. If you see in the animal stage also, there was a confusion for the fishes to come out. And that confusion made one or two to lead the rest of them. And that's how they could crawl onto this Mother Earth with confidence. So the areas started changing gradually. That from Mother Earth, then they started looking towards the sky. And the evolution went on like this till the human beings were created. Now, all these areas are within ourselves. These are all the elements into which we had to probe into. We had to find about them. And through this evolution, we have been able to look into these, to fathom them, to find out their nature through our intelligence. So we reached this point where we could understand the elements, we could understand their use for our purpose. So far, so good. But that's not the end. That's not the end of our evolution. If it was, then there would have been no more search. There would have been no more seeking. People would have been happy, would have been satisfied. But that's not so. So there has to be something more that we have to achieve. At this time of great confusion, we have certain lampposts, we can say, or beacons to guide us. And these beacons are all the scriptures. Now now these scriptures are also so much being misused and misrepresented and explained in such a funny way, and everything made into a money-making proposition, that it adds to the confusion more. So you get much more confused and confused and confused. Imagine the light that has to show your path becomes an illusion. How are you to find your path then? But this is the pastime of human beings. You can't help it. You give them everything and they can convert it into a confusion. You can see the results of these, see in our politicians, in our economists, our psychologists, all of them seem to be quite confused. And they don't know what the other person is saying, what they are saying. They cannot relate it to something absolute. So we have to find out that absolute point where this confusion drops out. At this level only you can find it out. At this level only it can be given. At this level only that will manifest. Before this, at any other stage, it is impossible. It was impossible and it is impossible. So at human stage only it is going to manifest. But human beings also must know that they have some drawbacks compared to other stages. At the animal stage, or say even earlier stages, you can say, at the element stage, elements don't have to think. They don't have any choice. They don't have to bother about anything. They just exist. They are not aware of anything. They are just existing with whatever are their qualities. Say hydrogen is hydrogen, oxygen is oxygen. They are bound by different valencies and different qualities and their chemical compounds and their physical powers by which they act, react, and exist. Then when the life started itself, at that time also, life was guided very much by nature. The evolution was very much controlled by nature. I'll give you an example of that. A gentleman who has written a very nice book. I would not give you the name because you'll immediately buy that book and start reading the whole. But he was experimenting with some oysters, and he had them first in Los Angeles, where the sea was. And he found out that when the tide was low, these shells used to open themselves up, the oysters. And when it was high tide, they would close down because the water should not run into them. And you know that the tide time is bound everywhere. Anybody can calculate it, sitting down here, what is the tide in Falkland. So he removed those shells from there, brought them to Ohio, which is very far away, and there's no sea. And he put them down there. And they were opening at the same time. Now see, the time changes according to the moon. So the water was acting according to the moon, and these oysters were also acting according to the moon. But when the time changed, they came to Ohio, still they had that habit and they were opening. But suddenly they changed and they took to the timing which would happen if the sea was there in Ohio. So they were so much bound still by nature. Nature controls them. Up to a great point, nature even controlled human beings. But in the animal stage, one has to know that to find out the difference between an animal and a vegetable, what happened was, first, the cellular wall was doubled. So element was first put into a cell to make a vegetable, and the vegetable was given a double wall to make it a human being, animal. Now, animal that has become a human being has a triple bond. That's why it's the confusion. That we call as human freedom, that we are free to do what we like. What's wrong? Correct? If somebody wants to commit suicide, what's wrong? Somebody wants to kill his father, what's wrong? Laws, according to many people, is all artificial, man-made, is correct. So what's wrong? So we were bound thrice. The third binding came when, as human beings, we started acting, creating our ego as a byproduct of that action, physical and mental. We developed ourselves into an egg. we became just like eggs. And this egg had 3 shells. First one of the human shell, second of the animal, and third that of the vegetables. And inside that were all the elements. That's how we are made. But for what? Why? Why this freedom was given to us? To get us confused? Because we had to go to a higher evolutionary state. And that higher evolutionary state has to give us complete freedom from all these 3 bondages. The vegetable bondage, which makes you stick to one place. The animal bondage, where you cannot think. And human bondage, where you think. Man can't live without thinking. It's a bondage. We can't get out of it. Like horns, it grows into your head. You can't stop it, Even if you cut your throat, you cannot stop it, some people say. It's surprising. It's so bad. It's such a bondage in us. All the time we think. This is the third bondage of human being. But what happens with this? When this bondage is broken, light comes in. Through the light. And this light gives you enlightenment in all these 3 prisons into which you are imprisoned. And you get a complete integration into all these different bondages within you. And you start seeing the absolute truth that all this is bound by one thread. All these elements, all these vegetables, animals, human beings are bound by one thread. And when you start seeing that thread as a witness, you start seeing the play of all these elements, of all these bondages, beautifully. But there's a very great difference between the other evolution and the evolution of man at this stage. There's a very great difference, I think, which very few people realize. That before the evolution, up to human stage, you are not aware of it. And you can't do anything about it at all. Supposing a seed evolves into a better fruit, it doesn't have to do anything about it. Somebody else has to do. If you sprout a seed, then you have to look after it throughout. Sprout the seed, then take the seedlings, put them right somewhere, then let them grow into a tree, then you have to prune the tree. Whatever you have to do all the time. You have to look after the tree. But after this evolution, this jumping, this happening, when you become the self, you have to do something about it. You have to, because you become the master of your being. It is you who have to work it out. In Sahaja Yoga, there are many people who get realization. It's very easy. The confusion is so great that people want to come out of it, they get it. But again they are drawn back into it because that time, which is so important, the intermediary time, where you have to stick on to that area, to that new dimension of collective consciousness, your willpower doesn't act. And that is the time you require this willpower. Already you are exhausted. So many are exhausted because of seeking, because of worrying, because of thinking, wrong seeking, gurus, this, that, all kinds of exhaustions are there. Family life, married life, every sort of problem that you have faced, you are already exhausted, your willpower. And when even you get realized, you have the cup, but you have no strength left within yourself to raise it to your mouth and to enjoy the nectar of your realization. More so in places which are supposed to be developed. In developing that part of your systems, you have exhausted yourself much more. I mean, it was all right up to a point. But when human beings know something, they'll go to the extreme end of everything. Now, if you know electricity, then everything must work on electricity. Your lift will work on electricity, this will work on electricity. Now computer have come, all right. Now they will make human beings into electrical electrodes. I don't know what they are going to make out of that. I mean, going to that extent. Then electricity fails, finished. Now petrol started. Petrol, use petrol as much as you like. All right. Now petrol is getting exhausted. So there's a shock, future shock conditions, in a trauma we sit. In that confused state, you are in a shocked state, oh God, what's going to happen to us? But why play into the hands of these things to that extent? The countries which are not so developed, see, you can say countries which are little underdeveloped and developed. You see, where a motor car runs and a bullock cart also runs. If the motor car fails, they can use the oxes to run the motor car. We call it Oxford. So one can rely on something else. There is an alternative already available. But when you cut out all the alternatives, then how can you find out any alternatives? For example, now we've got calculators. I was amazed in the shop. They can't count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they make mistakes in somewhere, if you tell them that that's a mistake because you know how to calculate, they'll say, how can it be? Machine is not wrong, but your fingers were wrong somewhere. They have no alternatives left now. I mean, they have to depend on the electricity. They have to depend on petrol. You have to depend on all these elements. So, if you find with little detachment, you are already slaves of all these elements. Instead of becoming free birds, we have become now slaves of this. So we start finding out alternatives. Now what can alternatives we can have? We have lost all deftness to do any handwork. After some time, I think people won't be even able to clean their dishes. They will need a machine. As it is, they can't clean their clothes, I think. They can't comb their hair. What's going to happen? You will need even a machine to feed you. Going to that extent. when we go up to such a limit that we become absolute slaves, the confusion is worse. But after realization, the whole thing changes. All the priorities change, you become a different person. It's a tremendous change that comes within you. But to appreciate it, to understand it and use it, you have to stabilize yourself because you are still shaking. And it's very easy to go back to the life which you have led so far. We have had people coming from all walks of life. We had people, bureaucrats, we had people who were hippies, we had people, they must belong to some club, are you a communist or a socialist? Like when I came here, they asked me, what is your politics? I looked at them. I said, which one? They said, what politics we have? What is yours? I said, I don't know. Quite confused, you see. I was quite confused because I had no politics at all. There's only one politics for me. That is the politics of divine, of God, where he plays his tricks on all human beings. I see that every day. They don't know, but he's playing tricks on everyone, on nations, on human beings, on all organizations. He's playing tricks all the time to make you learn so many things, but you don't want to learn. That's the only politics. These politics are nothing but children's play. They are of no use. This is just you want to play with cards, sit down and play. That's all to me. Otherwise, there is no politics for me. What is economics of God? That's the only economics that reigns. No other economics reigns for me. His economics is that matter doesn't give you joy. He gives you something that gives you joy, that gives you compassion, love, security, health, innocence. Above all, it gives you the power to love others. Tremendous power it is. We have never used the power of love. Never. Always we have used the power of hatred. All our politics and economics is based on hatred. We create goods to sell by seeing what weaknesses people have. Like England or America and all these Western countries, in India, the crooks found out that there are many seekers in these countries. All right, export all the crooks. They all came out of the jail and are here back. They have got Rolls Royces, they have got big, big, huge houses, they have got huge, big aeroplanes. And you can't see that. This is the economics of human beings. But God's economics is such that if you have any want, it looks after it. But it gives you a desire for the right type of wants. Because the whole system changes. The whole value system changes. A person who is a realized soul would like to have vibrations flowing all the time. Today I had taken my grandchildren to a shop to buy them a sweater. It's very difficult because they are realized souls, all of them. So I gave them a very beautiful one. I said, how do you like it? She said, no, it's very uncomfortable. It was acrylic. They just can't have it. I said, but it's quite nice and cheap. So she refused to have it. Then it was semi-acrylic, refused to have it. Then I gave her a bowl. I said, but this bowl will be only one, while you can have 10 like these if you buy acrylic. She said, better to have one which you can wear than to have 10 which you cannot wear. The whole value system changes. To have too many things becomes useless. Have one which is comfortable to your being. Somehow, they have reached even rationally through your science and to such points that Sahaja Yoga just fits into it. I sometimes feel all these things have created the beautiful ring for the diamond of Sahaja Yoga to just fit into it. For example, people are now realizing that there is no sense in creating plastic. But say about 30 years back, people would have been proud to have a sofa set made out of plastic. We had a ship from Norway, I remember about 30 years back, and they were going round to show us how they had made plastic railings for the staircases, you see, beautiful plastic railings. And we were all very much enamored in India, you see, how they had made it. While we can make very beautiful carved ones, but we thought, oh, this is wonderful, it looks so nice, washable, you can wash it, no polishing needed, no painting needed, wonderful thing, just go ahead with it. But now the same Norwegians are asking Indians to create some things for them out of wood. So the whole value system changes as soon as you start feeling yourself, your being, because your being is absolute. It is truth and its complete beauty manifests. When you start with your willpower accepting the new challenge that is given to you. And that is the time where this built-in ego of ages stands out. Why? Why to do like this? So many things in the society that we have, whether in India or here or anywhere in the whole world, are so shocking that only after realization you realize that you have been going on with it all these lives, and your parents have been and their parents have been. It's absolutely shocking thing. But for that you have to first get your realization. That part is not so difficult, as I told you, because the time has come for many to get realization. But how many will enjoy it, you cannot say. Because Mr. Ego is the worst enemy of human beings. First of all, they cannot take it from anyone else but themselves. This is the big problem. All right, I say even take that way, but it cannot be done. Now, supposing somebody has to do it, it's not a very easy thing, It's a very difficult thing to do such a thing, and it's horribly embarrassing. You have to do something which people think they can do themselves. You can imagine how embarrassing it is. Only a mother can take such a situation, that she knows her children are like that, doesn't matter. But any other person would say, go to hell, what do I care? Why should I take the responsibility of anybody, and why should I say all these things to them? If they are so egoistical, let them go to hell. This is what is really the situation. But supposing somebody is nothing but compassion and love. Supposing, it's a supposition for many people, they can't believe it. Supposing someone is, then someone has to do it. And if someone has to do it, why be so angry about it? This I have failed to understand. Like in Spain, one gentleman got realization. And he couldn't believe that it has happened. And he came to me and argued with me in a very funny manner. He said, but why is it you had to do it? I said, you do it. That he can't do. I said, all right. Now, if you are angry for that, because it has happened in my presence, he was angry with me. He was thinking, why shouldn't he do it? I said, all right, now you can do it. But before this you could not. So he's very angry for that also. He said, why should God make one person do it? I said, it's really horrible. I tell you, if he had given 100 people to do it, it would have been much better. I would have taken some rest myself. Because I'm already 60 years of age, and when am I going to retire? But it's not so. What can I do? Then he was still angry with me. He said, but must be something why you are doing it. I said, yes, there is. What is it? I said, love. He couldn't understand that. He couldn't understand that. So he went on with very great anger still. He said, but must be something. Then foolishly one of the Sahaja Yogis, you see, brought my shoes down to put in my feet, which I never asked them. I've never asked them, I would not like it. But they like it because there are vibrations in my shoes. It's out of their self-interest they are doing it. And he said, this is the reason why you are doing all this. I said, really? It's very wise. And at that point, he left Sahaja Yoga. So there are such wise people in this world. I am talking of something very great. And the wisdom of people is so limited. The quality of wisdom is poor. They are intelligent, well educated, but quality of wisdom is very poor. But in a village, you go, you always find villagers more wise than the city people, I tell you. The reason is they live with the Mother Earth. They take all their innocence. Without innocence, you cannot have wisdom. Innocence is the basis of wisdom. Normally, people who are living in the city have to deal with such crooks that part of the wisdom is lost. And that's why the quality of wisdom, I find, is lacking. If that is there, Sahaja Yoga works out. It gives you what is your own, and you enjoy what is your own. Now take a simple question, a simple thing. You have got, say for example, your property, say your ornaments, kept with someone. And somebody knows the keys and the ornaments. Say your forefathers have given the key to a person. And the person comes and says that I've got the keys with me, you take it and use your own money. Will you get angry with that person for that? For nothing at all, for giving nothing. Will you get angry? But immediately they become like a bull. No, we'll not have it. But why? Please have. I persuade. Please have it. Enjoy it. It is your own. You have been desiring it. You have been wanting it. Please have it. They say, why should we have it? Who are you to give us the key? I mean, but I have it. What am I to do? I'm imploring, please. Just have it. But they're adamant, just like bulls, you know. Bulls are easier. Easier people. I tell you, bulls are much easier. If there is a bull like that, in India what we do, we take some red chilies and put to the nose and it will get up. But what should we do with human beings? They're stuck up people. And this really amazes me. Aren't you seeking? Aren't you seeking? What more do you want me to say? It is impossible. I mean, I discussed with them. I said, what should we do? These people, they come, get realization, disappear just like that. After 10 months, they'll appear, mother, I developed this trouble, that trouble. Well, why not? It's all free to you. We had, in India, a great advantage, I should say, because we know what to expect, first of all. It's everyone knows. Whether you go to a villager or to an educated man, everyone knows what to expect. Everyone. Secondly, they know how to make out a real person. I mean, not the westernized. Westernized, I don't know. But otherwise. Then also we have a great advantage of certain prophecies made in our country, so people know when it is going to happen, how to pin down the thing. Now, you too had prophecies made, like a person like William Blake. But who understands William Blake here? No one. Because he is on a different plane, and when he speaks, no one understands him. So it is all being prophesied that you are going to get it. This is going to happen. There's a book written thousands of years back that this is going to happen in 1970, that people are going to get transformation, that they are going to get into a system, a new system will be developed by which they will get their realization. There will not be any need to go to hospitals anymore after that. Even the word is there that they will not go to any Rugunalaya, means a hospital. So clearly it is given thousands of years back, and people are looking forward for that. But the tragedy is most of the seekers are born in the West. It's like one has a teeth, so he cannot get food. And the one who has got food has no teeth. And that is why Sahaja Yoga takes time to develop. It will always, because it's such a process, living process. And this is the living process of the living God which you must ask for. You must not anymore look at things which are done artificially, like a baptism, like in Indian communities we'll have a ceremony actually called as a Gopavita, where they say that now you are twice born. At the age of 8 years it's done actually. Even Muslims do that. And everybody gets a kind of a thread in India to celebrate that now you become a Brahmin, you know the Brahma, you are a realized. I mean certified. They move about like that. They think they are realized souls, And in America there are many who certify themselves as twice born. Certify, self-certificate. See, I'm surprised, you see. In this country I am told that people get certificate that they are totally mad. I didn't know. But really I met some people who came to my program and I said, why are you shaking so much? He said, we are certified mad people. I said, what? Yes, we are coming from lunatic asylum. But this type of self-certificate that people have, they go about how to tell them. It's impossible, I mean, I can understand a drunkard, but I can't understand a person in all sanity becoming so drunk with stupidity. It's impossible to understand. And this is one of the drawbacks I feel in me, that I don't know how to convince people that please have it now. This is yours. Go ahead with it. You are hungry. This is food for you. Better have it. And then after realization, as I said, that you are the one who can do it. All progress later on is completely done by the complete vidya, the complete technique, the divine technique, how to operate the divine technique is all told to you. And you have to just see and work it out. If you want, you can work it out. Anyone. I have seen people who came to me absolutely possessed. Absolutely possessed. Today they are great surgeons. People came mentally, absolutely, we can call them half mad, or some of them full mad, certified mad. And they are today great Sahaja Yogis giving realization to people. Yes, yes. People who are drunkards, alcoholics, drug addicts, all sorts of people came. They all have got realization and they are settled down as very good Sahaja Yogis. But how can you treat a person who is stupid? Ego makes you stupid, I tell you. Ego, the result of ego is stupidity, People do so many stupid things these days that even little children laugh like this, you see, when they see people doing it. But to them it is nothing. They think, we are very great. This ego business is really very blinding. But one doesn't have to worry about it, because Christ himself has made arrangements that he sucks in your ego. He does that. Surprisingly, the one who came just to do that, I don't know what a mess they have created out of him, that those who follow have much more of it. I mean, you see anybody in charge of the church, he won't talk to you. I mean, he's a snooty fellow, You don't know which way to approach. He walks with five revolvers around him. If you say anything, he may hit you or do whatever. I mean, you don't know. It's easy to face a madman than to face a priest, sometimes. It's difficult. God knows how he'll attack you. Today I had a little encounter, and I was rather worried. But this is what it is, you see, that Christ, a person so divine, I mean, there's nothing left in him as a person, he's nothing divinity. He came on this earth, and nicely people have cooked him. I really tell you. I mean, I don't know how they could make anything out of him, this kind of a nonsense. That this Saint Paul, of all the persons was included in the Bible. I was amazed. You see, when I saw the Bible, I said, from where does he come? And now they have started this charismatic movement. And go and have a look at them. They are epileptic, horrible things they are doing in the name of Christ. Can you imagine? He drove out the spirits from people, and here the people are calling spirits. It's such a mess, I tell you. You all have to help me, because you are all wise people and sensible ones. And we have to see now how many remain in Sahaja Yoga. That's the sign of wisdom according to me. Maybe your style may be different, I don't know. But my style, I understand that if you have pure intelligence, which many have, you suddenly know what it is. As I have seen in Spain, one fellow, he was a lawyer. He listened to one of my lectures and sparkled. Just sparkled with it. I don't know what made him think that way. I don't know which point he caught up. But he said, that's the truth. I can see clearly. This is the truth. There are many like that. They may not even get realization, but rationally, they just reach the point. Yes, this is the truth. Cannot be anything else but the truth. You need not be very well educated for that, or need not go to any one of these universities. You could be a very simple housewife to understand. But a person who has common sense, which is based on wisdom, should know that you have to become your spirit. All other nonsensical ideas, like painting your hair, you are not going to go to God. Take it from me. By painting your hair, if you can go to God, that is the easiest. Or by putting nails into your noses, or by standing on your head, or by jumping morning till evening, or calling God morning till evening. How can you go to God? Something has to happen within. It's evolutionary. It has to be something living. It's a living God we are talking about. Whatever we do before realization is all dead. And dead way is not going to take you to God. Only after realization, because you become the master of life, life starts flowing through you. You can give realizations to others. For the first time you start doing really something that is living. You can give vibrations to the flowers. You can give vibrations to the nature. Whatever you touch, you vibrate. But first, you must become a realized soul. And then you respect that realization. It's a tremendous thing, but it happens very quickly, very easily, and that's how you get lost. If somebody is made to work for something with a very great difficulty, then perhaps people realize that, oh, we must have it. But if the forefathers have earned quite a lot, they want to distribute to their children free. Everything. Why to worry? But we must have wisdom to use that with respect. It has been earned with very great difficulties. For example, the crucifixion of Christ. Without his crucifixion, we could not have had Sahaja Yoga today. Could not have. Unless and until he is awakened within us, we cannot give realization to people, whether you like it or not. So these people have dedicated themselves completely. They have built everything within you, and that's how you get it so easily. But you must have respect. You must have understanding. Otherwise, all their efforts are lost. And also your seeking. You can't do it. I'm sorry. Really, you can't do it in the beginning. Just can't do it. It's made like that. The whole situation is made. Now I must give you a frank thing, all right? I have not told this to anyone, but today I must confess to you something. As I told you, that your forefathers have worked it out, all right? Now, in this all working, you never recognize them. Never before. You always refuse them. Leave alone photograph. Even bodily you never recognize. You crucified them, you gave them poisons, you beat them, did everything. But In this working, you have to recognize me. I'm sorry. This is the first time I'm saying this because it was not wise to say, but now it's 9th year I'm running in this England. I kept my mouth shut. Right? Of course, you can't crucify me, I think. But that's a fact. You have to recognize me, otherwise things are not going to work out. People want to get their cancer cured free. They want to get their realization free, everything done free by me. But my photograph or anything to do with me, they don't want to do it. So it's not possible. You have to recognize, and Christ has said already about you, very clearly, because I'm something special, I must say. I'm really a special person, but I don't want to say that because it's rather embarrassing. But it is so. Without that, do you think I can give mass realization to people? There must be something about me or not, if I'm doing it. That's it. So it is better that you recognize me. It's better for you. I'm not going to take away anything from you. Nothing whatsoever. What are you going to give me? Just think of it. I'm here to give you something. But you must recognize that I'm a giver. Must recognize. I'm sorry to say, but it is so. You will gradually recognize when you have vibration. When say that, the vibration, see how much it flows. When I boast, the vibrations flow more. What am I to do? But I'm very cautious. Christ said, I'm the light, I'm the path. All right, they killed him. What did he say? What did he say so much? What did he say? That people killed him and crucified him. And even till today, these Jews are not willing to accept Christ. They want to have sufferings. So have it. You will have not Christ, but you will have Hitler. You have to recognize. This is a compulsion on you. I'm sorry. That's what it is. You have to recognize the divine. You have to recognize. It's not easy to give realization to anyone. If you had seen in Spain, I cured a lady whose brain was damaged and they had removed a part of the brain and this thing. And in 10 minutes that lady was cured and she started understanding everything and she started moving her hand and everything. But for people, they don't understand how it happened. It's easy for people to understand who know what to expect. All the kinds of people have photographs, all these gurus have. What have they done for you? What have they done? They have just taken your money. This photograph has vibrations. The first time a photograph has been taken actually authentically, thanks to your science. You don't have any authentic photograph of Christ. I haven't seen any good picture except for, I would say, few, like Michelangelo or someone like that. Very few. Rubens, Michelangelo. Otherwise, the way they make him, he was never like that. Never like that. No vibrations from them. So I have to tell you there's something about me. I'm sorry, but it is so. It's rather dangerous to say in this great country of yours, you see, where people don't take things easily. But you better take it now. It's late. Already 8 years I've worked in this great country of yours because this is an important country. You do not know the value of this country. You do not know what role it is going to play for the whole humanity of the world. That's why I've come here. I've not come as an immigrant at all. My husband got a posting here. He was elected by 135 nations, and that's why I'm here. It's all organized. And that's how I'm at your service here. But you have to recognize my services. I have no union for that, but you have to understand this. If you do not recognize my services, nothing is going to work out. I'm sorry, but that's how I'm made. Because you are conditioned. You are a Jew. You are conditioned. So you have to get out of this condition. You see, you'll be surprised. You can make out a Jew just like that. When the Kundalini rises, she stops at the point of Christ. You see, this is the biggest problem of the Jews. Where are they going to go? You have to save. This is all your conditioning, my child. How can we understand him, you tell? How can you understand him? You cannot understand him. Jews didn't want to. You see, this is a common practice of human beings. They don't want to recognize. That's the main thing. Afterwards, of course, even the Christians, so-called, who have built big, big churches, never recognized him at that time. How many were there? His disciples, useless people, you ask me, I'll tell you about them. Absolutely useless. They wouldn't believe in him till he got his resurrection. Then they started saying, oh God, oh God. Otherwise, this Matthews, he was a terrible man. He wouldn't recognize that there could be this conception, and they can't understand divine things. What have Jews achieved, you tell me? You just see the way they pray, the way, everything nonsensical, just like Christians, like Hindus, Muslims, everybody just the same. What are Islams doing? What a sensible thing they are doing. It's a different world, I tell you. You will understand yourself when you will come to that level and see for yourself. We have many Jews now here sitting down. Many Jews who know while raising the Kundalini you have to take the name of Christ. And if it is in the stomach, you have to take the name of Moses. You don't know where Moses is settled down and where is that David star is. Do you know that? In your being. So what's the use of all this talking, isn't it, when you don't know where Christ is, where Moses is, where the star is? You don't know anything at all, and what are you fighting about? Well, we can show you in the Kundalini. But be wise and humble. Without humility, you cannot grow in Sahaja Yoga because it's divine. All right? It's nothing like clubbing or conditioning. It is something that you really feel. Your hands will speak, Christ has said. You can see, even a child can see yourself. All right? So do not live with any conditioning because you are born a Jew. Supposing you are born a Muslim, take it from me. You would have hated yourself. Isn't it surprising? I mean, you could have been born a Muslim before. I've seen many like that. See, great hatred people are born in the other religion, and they must have hated one thing in one life and another life they're hating another. It's all a hatred. This is not Judaism. This is not Moses. This is not that. It's very different. It's very different. Sahaja Yoga will teach you that they are all brothers and sisters and father and mother and son, and we are just fighting against that family which is divine. You see what these religions have done, that they have put you up conditioning and onto ego trips. And these ego trips are funny, you see. Every religion has done this. That's why this problem is there. And these are not solutions. If you are a true Christian, then save all of them. If you are a true Jew, save all of them. If you are a true Muslim, save all of them. That's what it is. And it will happen to you. We have an Algerian who is a Muslim. He came down here. You see, they were all supporting fundamentalists. And the young people got frightened, you know. They thought they should become communist. And this boy came down in London. When he came here, he just, I don't know how we found him somewhere. He came down to see me. He got his realization, went back, said, no, neither this nor that. God is in the center. And he gave realization to so many Muslims, and they come down here and they worship Christ. They worship Muhammad. They worship all the other people. And they know what it is. And even when I went to Paris, so many came down to see me from Algeria. We are entering into Algeria, into Lebanon, into Muslim countries. What about you people? How long are we going to be Christians, Jews and Hindus, this, that? We are human beings and we are prophets now. We have to become prophets. And these prophets will have powers to make others prophets, as prophesied by a great poet in this country, William Blake. That time has come. We better become prophets. All right? Forget it, forget it. You'll be all right.
Come back on something. My religion teaches me, as you know, to believe in one God. And I do, I really do.
But your belief is artificial. It has no meaning. Even if you believe in 10 gods, what difference does it make? See, what I'm saying, I believe, suppose. I believe. Here it's very common. I believe. Baba, you believe, so what? Whom are you obliging? If you believe, what is the truth behind it? Show us, where is God? You believe in one God. I said that. But you may believe.
Are you telling me not to?
No, you believe.
Believing something.
No, but I'm not, I'm telling you believe in the truth, all right? So keep your mind open. If you say, I believe, then you are closing your mind. I'm saying you believe in the truth, all right? So keep yourself open. You believe into something because you're conditioned into it. That's what I'm saying. If you believe into anything, you are conditioning yourself. Whatever you have believed into is not the truth. If so, show us. Simple thing. All right? Now see, you are a believer of truth. All right? Believe in truth. Now you find out the truth and see if it is truth or not. It's as simple as that. There's nothing more or less. You should be the believer of truth. Not because you are born a Jew, you should become a Jew and not deny Christ. Only because you are born in a Jew family you are denying Christ. While those born in the Christian families will deny Muhammad, but we do not. Because that's not the truth. All right, so you see for yourself, find out for yourself. As scientists, you must keep your mind open. I want you to expose to the science of God. All right? So if you believe into something, then we're sticking on to that. This belief is artificial. It has no proof behind it. But we can prove it that all of them are related to each other. You see, they have made segments, na? That's how they have made different religions. If they could put them together, then they don't believe in one religion, do they? That's the point.